Good morning and welcome to today's verse. Today's verse comes to us from the book of Psalm 20, verse 7. And it simply says this: some put their trust in chariots, some put their trust in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Who do you put your trust in? Here we have David leading the children of Israel to put their trust, their confidence in the Lord, not in him as their king, nor in the nation's military might. For there are many nations out there that put their trust in the legions of horses and chariots, such as the Ammonites and the Syrians that came against David in battle with a vast multitude of horsemen and chariots, as we find recorded in 2 Samuel chapter 10. The use of such weaponry was akin to our mechanized forces of today that can provide overwhelming firepower against ground forces. Nations with horses and chariots had a marked advantage over foot soldiers, as they could move swiftly into battle with great speed and the might of horses that were afraid of nothing. But Israel was different. Their hope was not in their own resources, but in the Lord. Their courage in battle came from their confidence in the Lord, as we find recorded in verse 1. For without the Lord on their side, Israel knew that all of their military strength would be in vain. But with God on their side, not even the mightiest of armies could stand against them. Israel had been pursued by horses and chariots before, and the people had seen God's miraculous deliverance on their behalf. Remember how God had given the armies of the northern kingdom into the hands of Joshua and the children of Israel, and how they hung from their horses and burned their chariots of fire. It was for such a time as this that God had given his people a very special promise, as found in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 1, where it says, when you go against your enemies and see horses and chariots and armies greater than yours, do not be afraid of them, because the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, will be with you. I therefore will put my trust in no man, not in the arm of man, but in the Lord and him alone. For if the Lord is for us, who can be against us? As in, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And yes, 1,000 shall fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I pray that you would meditate upon this verse. It would be a word of encouragement to you as you go throughout your day. I pray that you would have a safe day. Have a wonderful day. And then tune in again tomorrow. Yes, as we consider today's verse. Amen.